Hey guys, and thank you so much for checking out this video. It's the first of its kind, and I hope to do many more like it in the future. I hope you guys enjoy my thoughts and analysis on BioWare and EA's new upcoming title, Anthem. Anthem. Anthem is an open-world, action role-playing multiplayer shooter being developed by BioWare and published by EA. It'll be running on the Frostbite engine for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. This game is slated to release in fall of 2018. Our main topic of conversation in this video is the question, what is Anthem? This is in two important parts that are each of equal importance. What is Anthem to EA, and what is Anthem to the consumers? Anthem to EA. Anthem is expected to be a standalone title that will last for at least 10 years with consistent updates to content and customization. The developers are planning to build the game to allow the open world to be continually expanded, giving players more reasons to come back and play. Even the name Anthem itself was chosen with purpose because, and I quote here from John Warner, game director for Anthem, it gives the idea of unifying a group of people, given a sense of purpose that is bigger than oneself. It will feature both single-player and co-op multiplayer that supports up to 4 squad members per team. That said, it is worth mentioning that the developers have commented that even though it's designed to run co-op with friends, you can still play through the whole world as a solo player. Unlike The Division from Ubisoft, it seems as if you will be able to play through Anthem even if you don't have friends online. This is a bold move from BioWare, stepping away from their story-driven Mass Effect titles towards a more looter shooter. While Mass Effect fans aren't terribly happy for this move, personally, I am very optimistic as the writers should provide Anthem with a fantastically in-depth progression system and story that allows the players to mold themselves individually. I back this statement up with an excerpt from an interview with Jonathan Warner at E3, where he talks about Anthem being an open-world game built on a great BioWare story, but also a world where you, the freelancer, can tell your own story as you explore and dig into the story. We don't have many details on this now, as EA is holding all of its cards close to its chest with the trademark comments of "soon trademark." That said, this is imperative for EA and BioWare to set themselves apart from titles like Destiny and Borderlands. Anthem Insider tweeted the other day following up on Battlefront 2's battle with consumers in the loot box system, asking in a poll, "Are you further concerned for Anthem after EA's Battlefront fiasco this week?" Short answer, yes and no. I am concerned that a loot box system will be in the game at launch and a priority for EA as a company to make money. It's a fact that open world games are much easier to make additional revenue from. That being said, EA is a business and is always looking at their titles that they produce from a business standpoint in mind. What that means in very basic terms is provide a product service that the consumer desires and make a profit. The mold that video games have been following in recent years is to make and sell a base game for $60 USD if it's from a AAA title. For example, if you look at the Battlefield franchise, EA primarily sells additional content in the form of DLC, which can be purchased individually or as a premium pass. While there is always arguing that this splits the community, I personally feel as if that this is a more than reasonable method of creating new content. It takes a lot of time and effort for a development team to create and perfect new content coming to a game, and that in turn costs money. If there isn't any way to create additional revenue, new content simply won't exist or will be subpar to expectations. If Anthem puts additional cosmetic upgrades and personalization behind a drop system, or straight up purchase them through in-game currency, I think that would be perfect. But do not put in-game abilities behind a paywall or shortcut. This isn't Battlefront, with restrictions from Lucasfilm and Disney saying what EA can or cannot do. The developers can run with whatever ideas they have and build a wonderful new universe. In short, Anthem is a new leaf that BioWare and EA can turn over, and I'm looking very forward to see what is created. If anything, everything that happened with Battlefront 2 is just another learning curve that I'm glad happened recently and can be moved on from as it didn't sit well with consumers. Moving into the second part of our question, what is Anthem to the consumers? There's going to be a lot of scrutiny from critics and players on this title. Anthem is going to be a whole new world to explore and immerse ourselves into. This is uncharted territory for BioWare and EA, and everyone is going to try to hold it side by side to Destiny. So the question is, where can Anthem improve over IPs of its type currently on the market? For argument purposes, I will be comparing Anthem primarily to Destiny on where Anthem can improve dramatically and be the game that consumers want, in my perspective. 1. Do not allow your main character to be a faceless persona like a leaf blown around by the story. Allow for players to define who the character is by their choices, and by that dialogue if there is a story/campaign. BioWare has done this really well in the past in their Star Wars titles and Mass Effect series. Give the player control of who they are in order to define themselves. This is an area that Destiny is severely lacking, and I believe that this alone could help set Anthem apart. 2. Customization. Take an easy-to-learn but difficult-to-master approach to the Freelancer suit and gear. Give the players an excellent reason to keep coming back to the game after 200 to 300 hours of gameplay. If crafting has a big part in the game, the possibilities are endless on what you could build. Playing with friends will be taken to a whole nother level as you work together to build gear sets that helped each other and supported one another. 3. In-game content. If there is a campaign and the main story ends, missions, co-op of PvP, PvE, exploring needs to be next level. Again, as an example, Destiny 2 fell short on the main story content, by my best guess about 20 hours worth of campaign, then very lacking in content to make the player want to come back and grind up their light level as they wait for the next expansion to drop. If there is a main storyline the characters follow, there has to be a good reason for the freelancers to hop back in their javelins. Personally, I can't wait to see what the world is going to give us to overcome. Interesting point that I want to cover here at the end of the video is something I saw in the gameplay trailer. When they came upon the creature at the beginning of their mission, Paul commented that he didn't really want to waste resources on it, suggesting that maybe it's important to conserve ammo and potentially fuel used for flight, as drops in-game aren't common, and you've got to rely on returning to the hub in order to resupply? I don't know. All of this is speculation, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts and ideas are concerning Anthem. Let me know down in the comments what you're looking forward to and potentially worried about. I plan on following Anthem closely and hoping to play it as soon as possible because I'm excited to explore this new, intriguing world. Thank you again for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like and show that sub button some love. It shows me that I'm headed in the right direction and motivates me for sure to keep making content. As soon as more info comes to light regarding Anthem, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Celiatric out.